Right, buddy. Manchester United face Wolves at Old Trafford on Tuesday. It's another interesting game and a big game for Manchester United. 3 points is a must from this game. In this video, we'll be going through the team news, predicted team, tactics, all the things to expect from the game against Wolves. Let's get into it. Now, Manchester United on a great bit of form. I know we've had a few losses in there, but our last game against Newcastle, there were a lot of positives from take to that game. I think one thing that Ruben Amorim must do and keep in this game is the formation. Then that formation worked, and we know it's going to be fluid and it's going to change at times from a back three, a back four, whatever. But then the starting formation that worked was very, very good. And I think that's something that Manchester United did very, very well with as a team. And I think we just looked better. And I think Ruben Amorim finally adapted his system. Now, Wolves, again, they haven't won since they've actually played Manchester United 3 games ago. A 2-1 defeat to Arsenal, 2-0 loss to Brentford, and a 2-1 loss against Liverpool. So it's not going to be an easy game, to say the least. I know their form says otherwise. But listen, they scored a goal against United, and there were parts in that game a few weeks ago where they were actually in. They were in the game, and they looked like a decent side. And again, Rob Edwards has had more time to train with the team and implement the way that he wants to play. But if we're being honest, Manchester United should comfortably get the win against this Wolves side. I think Wolves are a team have not been great this season. They're going down. They're going to get relegated. They have massively struggled. They've scored 10 goals this season. Their top scorer is a centre-back on 2 goals. It's just not great from them. They concede over two goals per match. So I expect Manchester United to score goals. Yes, we're missing a lot of players. You expect, obviously, Maguire, De Ligt to be out of this game. Mazraoui and Mbeumo and Ahmad still at AFCON. It'd be interesting to see whether Mainu's back. Obviously, at the time of recording, we don't know whether they're going to be back or not. We'll have to wait for Ruben Amorim's press conference. But I certainly think they would come back into the team. Now, let's get into the United team news. In goal, obviously, Lamont. Actually thought he had a good game against Newcastle. Claimed a lot of crosses, took a lot of pressure off Manchester United. And you got to give him some credit because, again, it's Newcastle put a lot of crosses into the box. And there were a lot of nervy moments for the team. But I thought he did very, very well. Now, again, I'm going to line up with a back four. We don't know what Ruben Amorim will do. Does he go to a back three again? I don't think he should. I mean, the formation worked. I would actually keep the same back four that started. I don't think anyone's going to come in that's kind of new or fresh from injury. I think the concern would be Shaw and Martinez going off in the 88th minute. Do they have injuries? I'm assuming they don't. So I'm going to go Shaw, Martinez, Heaven, and Dalot. I mean, Heaven was class, and he's going to come up against Jan Larson or Hwanky Jan, whoever it is. But I think with Martinez next to him and the players next to him, that's a very good back four. Dalot as well had a decent game. I mean, Dalot was in the right wing at some point in the game, but I think that would be the midfield or the back four that I'd go for. Now midfield too, Casemiro has to absolutely be in there. It was. I found it funny when it was like he was gesturing to Amorim, like thinking that he would come off, and Amorim said he took him off because he felt like players were fresher in the game. For me, I'd keep Casemiro in there 100%. I think we need his tenacity and energy in midfield. And I thought Ugarte genuinely had a good game against Newcastle. I thought he was aggressive. He was given that sort of freedom to go around the place. He was doing Cruyff turns and all that stuff. So, yeah, Ugarte had a good game. Now, what I would do personally, if Ugarte isn't fit... if Mainu is fit, I'd put Mainu in instead of Ugarte. I think that's a change that I would make. Again, we're not 100% sure whether he is fit or not. But I think that's certainly something that I would look to do. I think Mainu on the ball, you need his quality closer to goal. Now, in terms of the front three or midfield three, whatever you want to call it, or the front four, I'd go Dorgu on the right, I think. And Mbeumo's going to come back, seeing Dorgu on the right wing. He's going to be confused. Again, I don't think the 4-3-3 long term is the way to go because Ahmad and Mbeumo. But I think in this game, you have Dorgu on the right. He just looks so much better in that position. I think it's more natural to him. He can score goals there. And I think he has done a very, very good job in that position. So credit Dorgu there. He's had a few games there. I think only 2 games for United. But he looks way more comfortable than he does on the left. On the right-hand side. And he got a goal. But I thought his overall performance was great. And he's going to come up against, I think it's Wolfer and Craigie, who, again, not great players. And I think he could definitely cause problems down that side. Now, Mount, I'd go through the middle. Now, Mount came off. Amorim said he felt something. I'm hoping it's not an injury because, again, that would be a huge blow and a huge miss for United. But, again, I'm assuming he is going to be fit for this game. But if not, maybe Jack Fletcher deserves a start. I think he had a good 45 minutes against Newcastle. He worked hard. There wasn't too much time for him on the ball where he could kind of express himself. But, again, he's someone who's really rated by Amorim. So would you see Jack Fletcher potentially start? We'll have to wait and see. If not, Mason Mount. And on the left, Cunha, again, I thought he had a good game. He was working hard. AMORIM talked about he was the player who could relieve a bit of pressure from us. And again, I'd go Sesko through the mid. I have a bit of a difficult game, Sesko. He had a few half chances where I thought he should have scored. But yeah, I think that would be my team. Now let's look at Wolves. Listen, they're a team. We know how United played. I mean, we had 33% possession in that game against Newcastle. But you're looking at first half, we had 43, and the second half we had 24%. So it was all Newcastle, and I expect this to be a different game. I expect Manchester United to have most of the ball. I expect United to be doing the dictating and controlling of the game, especially being at home as well. Now again, obviously we have great form against Wolves, and you look at Wolves' kind of stats in their last game. I know they scored against Liverpool, and there were times where they could have got into the game, but again, their centre back is a higher scorer. They're on 2 points in the league. In terms of average possession, I don't think they average much possession. I can find it for you now. In terms of possession against Liverpool, they had 33% possession. So they don't really possess the ball that much. They play quite deep. They're going to look to sit back and counter-attack against United. But again, I expect Wolves, again, in terms of players that... I watched them against Arsenal. I don't think they deserved to lose the game, to be honest. I thought they were very... They worked hard and they got a goal, and that should be enough to get them. Now, in terms of their team news, they've got no Andre. He's someone who's key for them in midfield. He's missing for this game. It's another opportunity to watch João Gomez against Manchester United. Obviously, he's been linked before. But I think it's going to be an interesting game. But I expect Ruben Amorim team to get the win quite comfortably, to be fair. Yeah, they had 4 shots on target against Liverpool, which was actually the same against for what Liverpool had. But again, United on a bit of form. We definitely look like we can score goals. They've got 1 point away from home. They've lost 8 away from home. So yeah, I mean they haven't won away from home. I'm going to expect Manchester United to get a win. I'm hoping it's an exciting game. And yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 Manchester United win. I mean, if we keep a clean sheet, it'd be huge. But listen, Wolves, they're a team who nick an odd goal. But they definitely concede. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. Hopefully we see the likes of Cunha, Mount, Sesko get some goals, get their confidence. Could we see a Dorgu another good performance? But I think it's all about building on the game that we saw against Newcastle. Getting that momentum, getting that performance, scoring goals. And just having a good game. We've got to enjoy this game. It's going to be an exciting game for Manchester United. And we should really try and improve our goal difference. There are some other tough games going on in the league. That game, listen, Arsenal-Villa, that's a huge game. Someone's going to drop points there. I think Liverpool play Leeds. Man City play Sunderland. Like, there are a lot of big games going on. So if United can just get 3 points, I think it'd be absolutely vital and crucial for us and where we're at. And we are on a good bit of form. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your prediction, your team. And yeah, surely Manchester United win. I mean, Wolves haven't been great, but you never know what can happen. Stranger things have happened at the club before. But let's see if Manchester United get the win. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe and let me see your teams in the comments. Thank you for watching. Peace.